So one day I just typed in the search bar shoegaze metal, and the band Glare popped up. And I was like, fuck it. So I checked out their album Sunset Funeral. I would definitely check it out if you really like shoegaze music, like particularly like My Bloody Valentine's Loveless. You know, it's a pretty typical, solid choice. It definitely has that feeling to it, that atmosphere, but it's a little harder. What I would say a lot of shoegaze metal that I've heard. I had a buddy, or not necessarily a buddy, but I had a coworker that listened to more. I would say more shoegaze. It was more metal than it was shoegaze, where there's a lot more screaming or shouting or whatever. And this one, it's a lot more. You can't. I don't. Maybe I don't pay attention too much to the lyrics or whatever. That's typically how I go. But once again, I would say it's more reminiscent to like Loveless than it is to like metal. But it's got a little hard. It reminds me a little bit of like Minus the Bear, for example. But like once again, this album in particular, this band is a lot more shoegaze, like way more shoegaze. The drums are pretty, they're a little bit, I'd say a lot more hard rock than how Loveless is. But I mean, well, I guess like only Shallow, for example, that's a pretty hard hard rock drum. Or punk, whatever I don't know, whatever, alternative rock, anyway. But I would, Morning Haze is a really good track. It's the opening track. It's really good. Kiss the Sun's pretty cool. Too Soon to Tell. These are the ones that stood out to me. But if you really, once again, the reason why I like Loveless is just like this cohesive package. Like albums sometimes have that ability to, not necessarily in a concept album way or whatever, but it just has this cohesiveness. Sometimes like, an album could just be a bunch of singles or whatever, or an EP with whatever, whatever the fuck they're working on or whatever. And sometimes it doesn't add up. And that's not necessarily a big fucking deal or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, in this particular album for Sunset Funeral, it's a pretty cohesive unit. It's a pretty cohesive project, whatever. I don't know what to fucking call it specifically, album. But like I said, the ones that did stand out to me, I don't know. Maybe it's the guitar work. I'm not sure. I would say probably a lot of the guitar work is probably what does it. But, just the whole fucking package, the whole fucking thing is really cool. But, Morning Haze, Kiss the Sun, Too Soon to Tell, New Burn sometimes, pops up, Turquoise Dreams, Guts. I'm naming off pretty much almost every single track. Different Hue for some reason started to pop up for me. There are other tracks that Glare have that I really like listening to as well, but I'll just stick it to Sunset Funeral, the album. I definitely, once again, would highly recommend it, or I'd highly recommend to check it out if you're into, once again, shoegaze metal. But once again, it's more I would say it's like metal shoegaze, but not even that doesn't. I don't know. But they're fucking labels. What are you gonna? I'm just like, and it's when I compare it to other fucking bands that are coming or whatever, come before, or come after, whatever the fuck. I'm not like saying like they're stealing or ripping off of them or whatever. It's just if you've listened to those bands, you might like this particular album. There are plenty of other. I'm sure. I'm sure they were easily influenced by plenty of other fucking bands, and probably plenty of bands that I don't even fucking know exist or even know of or whatever. But I digress. Once again, I would highly recommend checking out Glare's Sunset Funeral.